We're joined here by Constantine Kazakos, Senior Advisor, Business Process Management with AARP. Constantine, AARP created service centers and centers of excellence from beginning to end, and you guys have saved $21 million. And you talk about the three keys to the success of it. And the first one you mentioned was explainability. What is the key to it, and why is it the biggest important as far as success when you talk about process improvement?
The 21 million was saved by virtue of creating the centers of excellence. Business process management methods and techniques were used to help them achieve that, do that. And so in order for them to accept for our users to accept the business process management methods and techniques, we needed to be able to explain to them in simple terms what it means, what it meant in terms of their business, and not in terms of the business process management per se. So we are utilizing, not all, we are utilizing part of the techniques, some of the techniques available and the methods, but in terms that it is obvious to the users that it's a value add. There is a value add that comes with it. So consequently, the resistance is reduced. It's not that the resistance is gone, but it is reduced.
And you talk about implementation as the second key to it. Where have you seen success at AARP where you said, we did this right and we're going to do this again? And on the flip side, where did you see it where you said, that didn't go well? What do we learn, and how do we make it better going forward?
When the Center of Excellence is a brand new endeavor and it doesn't exist before, so we are creating from kind of scratch, it's more successful. Because there is the opportunity of designing it the correct way. If the Center of Excellence exists, it pre-exists, it makes it more difficult because there are some established ideas and ways of working and open-mindedness that might not be at the same level like others. So that's the big difference.
And as you talk about implementation, you talk about making people understand why it matters for bottom line, for faster or better, whatever. In your experience, is it the SME that you need to talk to, or who is the person that you need to connect with to get where you want to go and move the process along?
There are two components to it. One is from the Center of Excellence lead, who needs to bring with him or her the right SMEs. Why? Because the SMEs are the ones who are going to describe the future business. And they need to know what this entails. And they need to know it in depth. I'm there to facilitate that whole process. I am not the expert on their business, okay? And I make that clear from the very beginning. Consequently, the information that they're going to be giving us will be the one that we're going to be using in order to design how this center is going to operate.
Yeah. And the last thing, and it seems to me that it could be the most challenging of them all, is you got to make it practical. And as you go along, are there points in that where you say, we're getting off track, we got to get this more, we got to make people understand this, it's getting away from a goal, or just making it work? Does that sort of understand?
Again, it goes back to explaining the business process methods and techniques in a way that the managers understand, and be able to demonstrate that the utilization of these techniques will create a better result, and it will make implementation faster and more accurate. So things like capability matrix and business process mapping are, for instance, as an example, the two ingredients that are absolutely necessary in order to stand the future organizational structure. So if you don't have these two things, then you may not be as accurate and you may not be as fast.
The final question is, for AARP and the success that you guys have, as you look to the future, what are goals that you have or things that you think are possible for AARP?
As it relates to BPM, we have already started thinking of the future, and one of our strategic enablers is business optimization. Business optimization includes things like continuous improvement, things like process management, project management, and these things are very close and match what we're trying to do with business processes. So consequently, we see a continuation now as a result of the work that was done thus far into a more standardized way of utilizing these methods and techniques.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.